Hi guys, it's Alston. In this video, we are going to take a look into Howuku. I'm going to give you a full walkthrough of each of this functionality within the suite to show you what it does and also give you an examples on how you can potentially use it for a potential business use case. And also I will be showing you all these things through a real live demo example which I have set up for my personal website. I've been using this SaaS for currently 30 days. I've been part of the beta tester program also, so I have communicated with founder Donald in couple of talks where I have shared bugs, I have suggested features and everything. So I have seen through the plugin, so I will showcase everything without any edits on the walkthrough, so you can decide whether this is something you are interested or you can just keep it, or I will also talk about the alternatives options also. So if it's interesting, then this video is for you. Before I go into the video, just wanted to mention there is a deal going on for this thing. So if you after watching this decide this is something interested to you and you want to buy it, or you can just keep it if you don't interested and after seeing this. But if you decide to buy it, I will leave two links, both a referral and non-referral. You can choose whatever the link you want, but if you click on the referral link and make a purchase, I will get a small commission, but it helps me to create more videos and manage my Facebook community and everything. So just wanted to mention that. Okay, without further ado, let's directly jump into the system. Howuku, the main reason where there is no clear direct explanation for a SaaS like this, basically you can see from the title it just say conversation optimization suite, because when it says it's a generic term, it can mean any number of things. The reason is Howuku is an all-in-one system where it contains several functionality with the key focus on improving conversation which is happening on your website to increase, or how you can increases the rate of the conversation. I will explain you each features now more clearly, so you will get an idea. So don't worry if you are confused. If I jump into the dashboard, this is the dashboard you are going to see, and in this side you will have all the main functionalities of this Howuku. Every single of this is a separate feature and functionality with each of its own use cases. Before I go into that, if you just want to add a new website, because this is a tracking and reporting function, so you need to add your website, connect your website with this. You don't need to have a dedicated plugin, or it is not restricted to WordPress or anything like that. All you need to do is come here, or if you are a new user, you don't have any website added, there will be onboarding process. Basically all you need to do to add is come here, give your website URL, and you will get something like a tracking code. For example, if I go inside here, you will get this code. All you need to do is copy this and paste it between the edit tag. This is really common, you don't need to worry about it. There are a number of plugins does this also. So many website also give the option theme or Wix, Shopify, anything will give the option to add some place to add an analytical code. All you need to do is add this particular code into that block and you are done. So that is how you connect a website to Howuku. After that, now let me go by one. First, it shows you a basic organic view, showing you what is the page view, what are the number of views I'm getting. All this data are shown here. If I go into the feedback is a feature where it allows you to collect feedback from your website audience to improve your website or to improve any user experience or anything like that. The basic thing is, when you can see I have run two different feedbacks. The basic thing is you click on new campaign, and this is the button. For example, when we create it, let's say I have connected to my site SaaS Pirate. Once I've done this and save the feedback, it will appear that button here. And let me show you what it does. First, we can have the total option to customize it. If we just give the title, this is just for what is the showing on the button, and once we click on here, we will get the preview of the form. For example, we can ask anything. For example, how would you rate? If you are using some foreign language, you can use that text also, or if you want, you can change anything. For example, how would you rate your visit and immediately you will see the preview here. And also you can see comments, you can change the text, all the text are customizable here. And you want to ask for email, or you can make it anonymous as also possible. So you can turn it off, and you have the option to control the appearance they gives. This is basically for this emojis, where they have their own dedicated ones. And if I go here, the style is different. If I go here, it's just square based. If I go here, it's number based, for example. So they have given couple of options, and also they have the option to change the colors, alignment style. Also, do you want to left, right alignment, all these things. And also according to the plan, you have this option. It's not available in all plan. For example, if you don't want this branding to be included in your form, you can turn it off, and it's off. And also currently you can see, if I click here, it will enable the video recording feature, screen recording, where allow the users to record and submit video feedback with webcam and microphone. So when you click on record or anything like that, not only it will capture the screen, but it will also record the video feedback from the webcam also. So that option is possible. If you want, you can turn it on. And let me do this, and we can have the control option to whether do we want to show it only on desktop, tablet, all these things. URL rules is where we have the additional control option, where do you want to show only on the web URLs which match this particular criteria, or do you would never want to show for this. For example, in my site, if I don't want this to be seen on privacy page, I do that, come here and click here, and you can see it is automatically added. So this feedback widget won't be showing on privacy page. The use cases can be different for you, so according to the way you want, you can do that. And also you can see there are several options, whether it's a simple match or exact match or contains this particular keyword, then don't show. And also they do support regular expressions also. If you want to learn more about this, you have the link here, you can do that. And country option is where we either can whitelist several countries. So when we whitelist, let's say for example United States and UK, then it will only show this feedback widget whenever our audience is interacting with our website from that particular country. We have that option. Or when we blacklist is, these are the country, when we add it, it won't show this feedback widget for them. So if you want to have that kind of options also possible. Email notification is something where if you want, in case whenever user submits this feedback form and you want to get notified, then you just give your notification here. Later you can use this as an API and try to connect with other apps and SaaS as also possible. Miscellaneous, whether do you want this to be loaded on the page load, or you can invoke this feedback widget using JavaScript, where you can learn more about it. But for most of the use cases, it just load on auto load it, so no worries on that. You can see now I have created it, and it will start showing that feedback. Let me see whether I can see it. I think I will need to clear the cache. Let us see whether that works now. So I had a bit of technical problem where my cache plugin was automatically saved on it. Because of that, I didn't get updated. I had to clear my Cloudflare and website cache. So basically, once we create this widget, this is how it will look like based on the text you have used. If anyone, you can see I have logged out of my website. So if anyone clicks on here, this is the screen form they will be presented with. For example, if we disabled video, they will just have the screenshot and general. Basically, when they click on screenshot, it will automatically take a screenshot of wherever they are staying on the page, and they can do point it out, this is not working or something like that. They can point this arrow, for example, they can do this, and they also have the option to move this around, for example, do that. And text option, for example, they can put a command, for example, button not working, and save, and do that, and they click on save. You can see once they have done, it comes into the general feedback and it automatically attach the image. They can choose this and they can do it, and if they want to do follow up, you can do send that, and you can see it has been automatically submitted. So this is how screenshot feedback it works like that. This button will keep on staying here anywhere you go. If you go here and we click on video feedback, now it will start to give the video control. I'm not going to do because it will affect the video since I'm already recording, but basically you can record this from here and then you can give this option and send the video feedback, or if you just want to keep the general feedback, that option is also possible from here. So that is how you collect feedback. It is really a good alternative for a feedback collection tool like Userback or other plugins. So Userback is the really popular one, so it's a good alternative to collect feedback from your audience. Let me close this. And you can see this has already a one response which I just did, and if I go inside that, it shows that I have received, and if I enable the email notification, I will also have received this email also. If I go into this, it will show you what I have written and comment. You can reply it from here. You can see mention this, and you also see the email address which I have done, and you can mention that also. And also the app process, like they automatically create a ticket ID, so we can set it, is it in progress, under review, resolved, to in order to improve the workflow of it. And also share option where you can share this URL. Let me open up in a private browser. Here I have used a private browser, and you can see without the account itself we can share. For example, this is a great use case if you want to share this for one of your developer or someone you don't wish to share your account. So in this case they can just see here, communicate from here. All these options are possible. So that is how the feedback collection widget works. The next widget feature they have is something called survey. You can see I have tried to run a survey and then I disabled it because there are so many widgets in my website. Let me also turn off this so it does not come confused. Since it's a live website, I don't want to create confusions. Basically this is survey is a widget where it allows you to create a form sort of with input, but gives an option to user with a survey style poll. Let me show you. For example, you give a name here, like let's say Black Friday. In this case I'm actually doing Black Friday deals and everything, so it makes sense to collect from user. We can have ask user multiple question. For example, you can see whether you want to have a multiple answer question, or do you want to have a long text based question, or is it just a one line based text question, or is it a email address question, or is it a net promoter, for example, to rate our website on how they liked it. So in this case I'm going to show first I'm going to create are you excited for this year's Black Friday deal, something like this. Any question you can, so yes, no, anything like that. And if you want, you can keep on adding more question, for example, and I'm going to ask an email, for example, excellent. But still I would have preferred they add conditional options, optionality here. For example, if they clicked on yes, then show this questions. Currently it's not works like this, so I wouldn't necessarily want to show this email address to this particular no whenever they click. So there is a limitation on that. For example, in this case I'm going ahead with it, but I would have preferred condition optionality. For example, excellent, we are preparing ultimate list, please provide email to get notified, something like that. Just I'm giving a one of the use cases. You can do any sort of, like for example, asking what your customer want, getting feedback from your customer, or anything like that. Use case is up to you, and you give the option to automatically it will validate the email since it's a email format, and you can just keep on adding the questions as you want. And also you have the option to whether do you want the theme to be light or dark, color option, where do you want to position it on the website, right or left. All these options are available. Similar with that feedback widget. Here also there are condition to show. For example, do you want to show it immediately or after a 10 seconds delay, or once a person scrolls around, let's say for example 50% of the website, show it, or when they are about to abound the it's like exit based intent. For example, whenever they are going to close, show this survey widget, something like that. So there are options like this, and it's asking how often do you want them to show, until they respond it, or like once they filled out the form one time, stop showing it. So that is what it's showing you. Or is it just a one time, only show one time for one person, after that it won't show you. It works based off the cookies. It will set up a cookie on that. So if the person clears the cookie, next time you visit he will see it. Unless otherwise the expiry date and cookie exists within the computer, it won't show it. Always show it means even if the user provided the answer, you still keep on showing this widget. So that option is available. And also you can customize it even further, whether do you want to show it for all the users or just a new user who haven't come to our website previously. These are brand new visitors without any cookie information or anything like that, then show it to them. Or do you want to specifically show this poll for the returning visitors? So if you're getting something like a feedback from existing customer, then this option will make sense, because they are already came to your website, so they are aware of your website, not like new user. So you have this option. And also you can set up something like show poll only after 5 times they visited your website, or only after 10 times visited their website. So these options are also available. For this sake, I'm going to leave all. And also show device, whether you want to show it on desktop, tablet, mobile, all these options are available. And pro plan, they also have a different set of rules, where if I turn on, we can segment this. For example, there are UTM parameters. With the UTM parameters, we can set up the pool differently to show to them. For example, based on email address, these are basically from having a setup with WordPress or anything, it will automatically try to grab them, so it can do that. Or referral, you can just click on here to show, where it will show you how to identify this and everything. Referral, show this poll only if the referral is coming from a certain websites like product and anything like that. You can see it shows you how the things work. So if you are doing some custom coding, that is also possible. So there are options here to segment this even further. You can see I'm not going to touch upon that now. URL rules is just like the feedback widget, where you have all the different rules, whether you want to show it on the specific pages or you don't want to show it on the specific pages. Country rules also same, where you can whitelist or blacklist the countries you don't want. And just new email notification here also, whenever there is a response is found, do you want an email notification, all these things is possible. Let me click on save, and you can see it is active. Hopefully this time it loads. I don't need to clear the cache again. Let's see. Okay, you can see this feedback widget disappeared because I removed that, made it disabled, and this widget popped up. For example, it should have asked this. I think because it's coming from my personal. Let me try it in the private browser. It should have shown the question and answers first. That I was wondering. Let me see. Maybe it asking because I think I'm already answered that question perhaps. No, it's still showing that answer. I think I'm not sure. I think it's a bug. I would have preferred that it showed the first answer should be the first one. For example, this question. Oh, is it? Okay, no, it's still wrong. I was a bit confused. Basically the question 1 should be this one, then the question 2. Apparently it skipped the poll question and directly asked this question, so it's a bit problematic on that time. So there's a bug on that. I will talk with the founder. Basically that's how you create. For example, let me turn on this poll and see whether this works. Here the features like what are the deals for you, let me know your email. Let's see whether this works. I actually tried to run this campaign. Then I changed my site style, so I don't need this form anymore. Let's see. It's here. It's showing you. For example, here I submit something like SEO deals and click on submit, and it's asking for email. So in this form it works. For some reason I think my setup, or is there a bug, I'm not sure, but here it didn't work. So that is aware, and here you submit the email and click on submit, and it say it's collected. Let's see whether that response okay, the response see whether response is collected or not. Show, and you can see it says SEO deals, and also it collected the email also, so it shows all the deals has been done. So that is how the survey works. Let me turn that off. Behavior is the section where it records all the Heatmaps, session review, readings, all these things, event tracking. There are some other alternatives also. So before I go into this, let me also show you a couple of other alternatives. If you're not interested on this insight, experiment, all these things, and web funnels, all this stuff, there are a couple of free options. One, you can always try Yandex metric, where basically the Heatmap, session recording, all these things is mainly like a Google analytic with added functionality. So this is currently as of now free, so if you want you can try it out. That option is also available for you. Or there is another option which was recently introduced from the Microsoft, called something like Clarity, where they also offer session Heatmaps inside for free. You can try it out. Or if you have your own hosting and you are happy to self-host it, there is also an option, something called 66 analytics. I will leave all these links in the description. Also, if you have your own hosting, you need to install this on your hosting, and you can have the Heatmaps analytics also. There is also possible. So I just wanted to mention all the other options available for this. Basically, recording shows all of your visitors actions, how they performed or what they clicked, how they browsed your website. Everything will be recorded, but make sure, as for the legal guidelines and security, they don't record any numbers. So like any credit card information or anything like that won't be recorded, or passwords or anything like that. This is just to get an analytic idea, so we can get an understanding. For example, you can see I'm actually recording all the visitors for my website, and you can see currently it has over 200 just for today, and it's showing you all the different users. And also you can see I have filtering options also. For example, do I want to see the visitors who stayed on my website for more than 60 seconds? You can see there are 78 people, and it shows, do you want only mobile, identified users, and I'm not sure whether it will show for me. Basically, I don't have a registration feature or anything like that in my website. It's just a visitor based website, but if you have that, then it will try to match up with the username, and it will show that person as also in the things. You can check it out on that. Basically it will show you. For example, let me click on here, and I can even filter it more. For example, I can set it up like visited URL, and I can give one particular URL, and it will show out of these all the URLs will only show the people who have visited this particular link. For example, let me see whether I have I think, let me see, visited URL contain signals, because I am also promoted that web signals ltd, so we can see that option. Let me remove this, and you can see web signals. There are visitors coming to that. And also the cool thing is we can create segment like that. For example, if I do this and say these are web signal visited visitors, anything you can name it, it will automatically save that as here. So whenever you come here and click on here, next time you're coming, you don't need to set up the filter again. Come here and click on this option, and it will only show that. You can see I have set up another thing where I am showing you only the users who are coming from Google, then it will show that functionality. So something like that. And if you have teammates you are seeing with plans which contains this feature, and they created some segments, it will show those also under here. So basically that is how the segment process will work like. Let me go in it, and now let me show you what are the some other filter options available. For example, URL based filters are available. Referral is where only show the user's actions recording from this specific referral URL. You can also see this data from here. For example, from indie hackers, a person has come into my website, Google, DuckDuckGo, another search engine, indie hackers, Asna, all these options are YouTube, all these options. So that is what referral. So you can do that. Device, this option is available, whether do you want to see, for example, it collects data like whether is it a PC, mobile, and you can see whether is it a Windows based application or Mac based or Linux. And it also try to gather the browser, for example, Chrome, Safari, all these things are showing here basically according to the way you want. So those options also available. Use that trick, clicking on the text, these are something like that. For example, this will show any user who are clicking on text in their session, it will show. Rage click is something like, for example, they are clicking it on again and again, maybe for a button not working. And let me see whether we have any rage click. Okay, I'm the only one doing the rage click. Also, everything is works fine. Basically, I'm frustrated on something. So basically, rage click, error click is where whenever something clicked and an error is recorded and it will show. Fortunately, I don't have any. Session duration, for example, I do only want to see sessions which are more than 30 seconds, then I can do that, and it will filter the value. For example, 130 visitors who are in my website is over 30. So all these options are available. So let's say, for example, now let me click on anything to see whether that actually recorded any. For example, let me go into this and see how it will work like. This person came from Google, from desktop, Windows, Chrome, and they visited 3 pages. They stayed on average for 45 seconds. It shows the IP address, and also it shows you the landing page and also exit page also shown here. For example, if I go here, you can see, we can see the recording. Let me pause it for a second. We can speed up the process, we can skip pauses, and also we can maximize the screen. It shows the URL and it's showing the country where it's coming from, all the data. It show clicked, visited. So basically it shows all the things. For example, let me do this. You can see they come, and you can see essentially it turns all the numbers into one, because it does not record any number value. It just converted into number one. It does not have one number one here. For example, if I go into that web page, it will have some number, but for security reason it will not record any numbers. It will just replace it with ones. So do that, and you can see that pattern as what is doing, scrolling, all these options are seeing all the what are the deals are available on this, all these things are available. So that is, let me also show you one more. This is actually fun to see because we are actually seeing it from the user, the person's mindset, what they are doing. This is the ultimate feedback we can get, because according to the way they are browsing our website, we can do all the optimization process. I'm not doing anything. This is what that particular user who came from South Africa have done in my website. What are the web pages he visit, how he visited the web page, what are the things he's scrolling, all the things are we can see from here. And if I skip pauses, it will not show any idle places. It will just keep on going only on the action places. All these things are shown here. So basically like that, it will show all the segment recording, every feature from here. And also you can also save each of this session, also recording, delete it, all these options are available. So that is how this functionality works. I would have also preferred there is sorting here. So for example, if I click here, it will automatically to sort from the longest time possible. So that is missing, but apparently from other than that, all the other filters are available here, which I'm happy about it. Heatmap is a feature where it will show you. Let me open up this. I need to add a heatmap. You come here, give a heatmap name. For example, I have created a heatmap for my home page. We can do all the sessions, like how many times do I want to record, new, incoming, or from load history, all these options. Let me open up. While it load, let me explain. Heatmap is a feature where it shows where the users are clicking on it, where the users are browsing your scrolling your thing, what are the click areas and everything, and will give you an overall idea based out of all the recording. For example, here it took 170 visitors, and it's showing you where the clicks are happening, where the for example, a lot of clicks are happening here. That means a lot of people are signing up for the subscribe, and also Facebook URL is clicked, so they are checking out our Facebook community. Like that, you can see the search filterings are getting used, so we know that they are using the search functionality. So like that, learn more is getting clicked, that means they are going in. Like that, we get all the ideas from clicks. So we can set up select mobile. Let's say, for example, let me click on mobile, so it will now show the statistics for mobile. For example, they'll come here, they are joining on to the newsletter. If I come down, some users are going into my Facebook community using the search bar and clicking on these buttons, all these options. Let me go back into the desktop mode. It gives you where the session recording gives us the option to see individual data from user by user. This shows all the data in all-in-one, so we can get an overall picture idea. Like that, we have the different stats, and also you can click here to get a statistic like visitors, engaged visitor, total number of clicks, for every click, visitors, how many clicks are performing, where the clicks are happening. You can see it will show you the value, input your name, it's clicking on their input, search, file, all these things. So it will also give you a percentage of where are the clicks are getting happening. So that data is shown. If I go into the segments, let me wait for it to load, it will show from which source are coming and where they are clicking. For example, if I tick off this, all these things, let me do that. Here, these are the traffic which is coming from Google, and Google where how many clicks has been done and where they are clicking. For example, if they coming from Bing search engine, where they are clicking on it. If they are coming from Whorise, this is a giveaway platform I use, Facebook, where they are clicking. Like that, I can get an idea on from based according the segment filter. Also, I can get an idea. Scroll is where how the visibility happens, like how the what is the most number of section, what is the biggest section in our web page getting most eyeball. For example, if it in this color, that means this area is above the fold, and this is getting the most eyeball, and it goes, and as the light color goes the segment gives you these are getting viewed a lot. After that, it's not blue means it will start to reduce the visibility area. So we can get an idea on this too. See what are the key factors. For example, if it's something lead generation is your key, always make sure that it is on this color side, so we get more eyeballs and everything. So based on that, you can create it. This is not much useful as these two, but it also shows you some more metrics to get an idea. I didn't find this much useful because from a marketer's perspective, I can know what is going to be happening on the page sections and everything. So that option is also available. For each of this, you can filter it like this. And if I go here, it will show something like this. So that is how all these things are working here for the Heatmap. You can also download it. Event tracking, let me wait for it to load. For example, I can track the event. For example, this let me go back into the home page. I have tried to track join our private Facebook group, which is this link, and I have tracked. So for example, out of 486 visitors, 40 of them have clicked, so the conversation rate is 8.23. so I can actually track this. For example, if I do here, I give a name, for example, to our internal purposes, and we give a CTO button text. For example, this was the button text. I just copied them, and you can see I create let me edit this so I can show you the settings. Can I do that? I don't think I can edit it. I can add new, so I give a home page. Let me do something like this. Yes, inspect, and let me get that text. Yes, I want to join. Do that and save event. Now it will track that particular and say whenever this button is clicked, it will show you the conversation rates and everything. So let me refresh it, and it's showing where these events are available on this visitors. Let me do that. No, I think this is also a bug. I think, not sure, because it does not show 40 because it's 0 visit for this. It shouldn't have started tracking. Let me refresh it. This is a bit weird. Let me try it out again. Okay, now it showed total event. That's what I'm not sure what happened there. It showed you 40. So now, from now, it will track this and it will show you the event percentage. We can see data from today. We can see data from all time. All these things are possible here. So that is what event tracking does. Experiment. This is where A/B testing comes into play. Let me turn off this. I have done a testing. I didn't use this features on my live website too much because there was no need. I have optimized it for the maximum. Basically, you come into the A/B testing. A/B testing allows you to set up different tests within your website to see which text, which color, which style performs much better or increases the conversation rate. In this case, I'm going to give an example. Home page group join something for an example, and let me copy this and paste that URL here, and let me click on next. And once here, it will now load the web page here, so we can start customizing. We can create multiple versions. You are not just restricted to have one original and one variant. You can keep on adding variant the way you want. Let me wait for it to load, and you can see the variant is load. And now the cool thing is, you can see as soon as I hover over elements, all these things, it will keep on highlighting, because I can select a specific element and I can edit it. For example, if I come here and let's say this button, I click on here, and you can see it shows taken the text. It does not only work for WordPress, it works for all the way. As for example, join our private Facebook. Instead of group, I want to say, let's say like community, and do that. And I can change the color. For example, I want to try it out with this color. It's currently changing for the text. I can do whatever the things I want, and font color I want to do, it's currently on white. I can do whatever the thing, and I click on this. So I have saved it as the first variant. If I want, I can keep on adding new variant. For example, I'm going to now do another test also, A/B test, where in this case I'm going to change the color of the button instead of the text. So I do that. Let me wait for it. And here, once here, instead of clicking on the text, now I'm going to click on the button. Here, when I click the button, let me change the color of the button. You can see the color is changing, all these things. And also I can change the text, and I can click on, let me put something like this. Yep, let me save it. So I have now two variant. Now let me set up the goal. I have the option to undo also in case if I done any mistakes. Next, set up goal. I click on add a new goal, or is it something I want to select one of the existing group goals which I have created. I want a new, and I give a goal, for example, signed up to group. How do you want to define a conversation? Reaches a certain page, or click on a text, or click on an element, or submit a form, or trigger a script. This is your, after that is the criteria different thing. How do we want to measure the conversation rate? So since I want the final goal to be someone clicking on this button, that is my goal. I'm changing the color, I'm changing the text, all this thing, but my goal is to measure how many number of people are clicking on this button. So I'm going to do that, just that, and you can see it automatically takes. So now I have defined the success goal. I can have all these other options also available. So once I have done that, now when I click on complete, it should have created this. So now it will have this A/B testing result to be done. Currently it's showing no results here, but it will distribute this and it will show you how many number of people visited this, what is the conversation, what is the rate improvement, all these data are shown here. So that is how the A/B testing feature works. Personalization is where, for example, let me turn off this. When you click on add new profile and give this URL and home page, it will create a personalization according to the URL. For example, we can create multiple variation for this. For example, you might have seen in this case, for example, if you are going for a SaaS site by going from product hunt, sometimes they will detect you are from product and they will change the text saying eye hunters or something like that, to give an idea on that they know where are you coming from. This is how they work. You give the referral URL, where the URL need to have a parameter like refer after your website name / referral, and create this UTM parameter. And once the script detects that the page URL contain or the referral URL contain this, it will automatically, we can change this whatever the element or text for them. For example, if they are coming from Facebook, thanks for checking out from Facebook. FB now, let's say anything, we can change this anything like this, from the title to background, font color, all these options are possible here. That is how you can do the personalization. There are so much options available, like you can change color, similarly you can change this, all these things, you can give a different image for them, all these options are available here. So that is how, and after that it's just similarly with the previous one, what are the things, how you define the conversation, all these things. So that is what personalization also does. Web traffic is where it automatically gives you analytical data on how many unique visitors, what are the number of total average. This should have a value here. For some reason it's not showing. Okay, for yesterday it's showing you, for today it didn't show. Okay, now it's showing you for 360, or a person who comes into my website stays for 3 minutes, what is the bounce rate, where are the most number of traffic is coming from, what are the top pages, where are the top countries, all these data are shown here. If I click on any here, you can see what are the more data is coming from. So it's also have a basic analytic also installed here itself. So for example, this person just visited from this country from Google referring. So if I click here, I can get a more information on where for which post that they came for, and it's showing Linux, Chrome, all this data. And if I want to see the it should have this option. If I am not sure, I also can name this, so it will automatically keep track of this person next time they visit. And if they go here, okay, this was not implemented by, I think I suggested to him, where I wanted to have another column here where I wanted to see session replay. So I click on session replay and it should show the session replay for that person. Currently it's showing you just events as list. For example, if I, let's see whether we can see it for something else, and you can see it's showing you okay, they have implemented inside the step. Sorry about it, I was a bit confused. Basically this, it's showing you where they are going it. So if I click on the recording, now it will show what that person has done. For example, let me do that. Okay, he comes here and he scrolls through the table, and let's see where they are clicking on it. It will show you that also, and clicked on web signals to check about the web signals. So like that we can see all the session reading also for each person. That is what analytical does. Funnel is where you can create something like a funnel. Like for example, user comes in, you give a name and give, this is the page, next I want to go to this page, next I want to go to this page. So basic, it's not a big advance or something like that, but gives you a basic idea on, like they are coming into a page, I want to track they are coming into this home page. Let's say do something like that. Then I want to let's say for example, deal giveaway page. I want to find how many pages out of this is going for the giveaway. So we can measure our funnel to see how much percentage of people are going. I need to give a name. Giveaway funnel, and click on complete. Now it will try to measure visitors, conversation rate, all these things. Pretty explanatory. Completed. Like that you can do. Error tracking is where whenever error is detected on tracking or identifying element or anything in on these things, it will try to show on here. So those are the main functionalities for this, all these things. I think I have covered it correctly. Just wanted to create an honest video on showcasing all the walkthroughs and everything. After watching it, if you are not interested in, you can skip it this deal also. I'm glad I saved you time. If you are just interested in recording all these things, you can just check out these free versions which are available on the internet. I really recommend these two out. And also for self-hosted one also, this is a great alternative. But if you prefer all these tools under one tool set, and this option is really great for you, then you can check it out. So if you have any more questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, or join our community and ask about in the discussion. We can have all this discussion. Once again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.